It's just a hard cover. I was giggling.
Hi everyone, welcome to the West Street Podcast, episode 2. I'm Matt Taylor, your host, and
I'm Ben McMullen, the hanger-oner.
Hanger-oner, the technical host because it's in his room.
Yeah, that's actually a fair point. I am the legit host because we do come to my room to record this.
Yeah, and we just discuss whatever the world wants us to discuss.
All of those adoring fans that we've got. All 30-some... How many?
Don't want to give it all away, ruins the magic. But yeah, so just start off nicely. We had a fan email this week from a certain Henry Tate who enjoyed the podcast and stumbled across it. So shout out to Henry. Give us a shout when.
Henry, you're an absolute boy. You made our day.
Yeah, you did.
We got that email.
Yeah, we were very happy to receive that. So anyone else that happens to find us at weststreetpod@gmail.com.
Yeah, there's a tidy little bit of housekeeping that we did there.
Yeah, right, straight to the news. Oh, and I think you should start with the Trump antics.
Oh, am I going to start with the Trump antics? Well, it's...
just bulldozing his way around the internet.
Yeah, pretty much. Just lots of things have happened recently, and Twitter is afire with Trump's tweets.
Oh, fire.
Yeah.
And there's Little Rocket Man.
Yeah, Little Rocket Man's been pissing him off for one. We also had the GOP tax bill that was passed it was like a 500-page document with handwritten amendments that was passed at 2 o'clock in the morning with no chance to read it. And the classic Trump having a go at the FBI this afternoon, which is interesting for his historical precedent of the last president who went after the FBI was Richard Nixon. And that worked out well for him, didn't it?
Watergate, didn't it?
Get out. Get out. Stop recording. Let's just hard cut this away.
Right, we'll move on. Yeah, have you got any favourite tweets from Trump? Like, do you have any in mind?
Go do it in Desperate. Hold on. I'll have a gander because there were some good ones.
Yeah, well, Ben's looking at that. I'll just talk about my thoughts on North Korea.
Yeah, bring it. I'm sure you've got some in-depth analysis of the North Korean.
So they sent a second missile, and I looked at something I read recently. It was the US defense mechanism, which I just think it will stop it, even if they fired something. I think they'd be stupid to, because the amount that America would have spent on stopping nukes and like the kind of not primitiveness of a nuke from Korea, but it won't be as advanced as maybe a Russian one or an American one. So I feel like it will be stopped, and America would bomb them before anything could come of it. So I don't think anything will happen for a while, at least.
No, I think, to be honest, the American missile defense system is decent enough, but I think that you've got to worry if you're South Korean.
Yeah, there's definitely.
There's no missile system in the world that can stop something because it's just so close.
Yeah.
That's the thing. There's no detection time.
Peninsula, so
yeah, exactly. The US can detect it because it's got flight time. That's why
they've got satellites.
Yeah, that's why the Japanese get those warning emails and texts and stuff, because there's enough flight time for it. You can't do that in South Korea because it's not even minutes.
Up and down. Yeah, it's like a flight. It's like a 20-minute flight.
Not even that sometimes.
Yeah. It's like flying from Manchester to Edinburgh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So give us some Trump highlights.
Well, we've got there was classic Trump highlight. He retweeted Britain First.
Did he?
Didn't he?
I didn't see that.
Did you miss it? He retweeted 3 videos by the deputy leader of Britain First.
Oh, speaking of Britain First, Tommy Robinson's lost his verification on Twitter.
Has he actually?
Yeah, he's got no blue tick anymore.
Absolutely incredible.
So much adversity for that man.
Yeah.
He must have it so hard.
He genuinely thinks he's some kind of martyr.
He thinks he's Mandela.
It's just it's just ridiculous.
He went to prison for mortgage fraud. So
exactly. Yeah, it was his. It was the woman this time, Jade something or other is her name, I think, or Jada.
Yeah.
I think. Who was arrested in Belfast for inciting hate speech or something like that a couple of years ago, and used that as some sort of rallying call for the government trying to crack down on her. But it was her that he retweeted, and it was 3 videos. One of them was allegedly a Muslim immigrant beating up an old Dutch guy, and it turned out to be a Dutch kid beating up an old Dutch guy. It's just...
That is amazing. I don't know why why does he even know what Britain First is? I know.
No, he doesn't. That's the thing. Is he had that was the excuse. Was he just retweeted 3 of those? He retweeted those 3 videos by her, without knowing who Britain First is, which is a really poor excuse because that's like Theresa May retweeting the KKK.
Yeah.
And then everyone going, oh, well, she doesn't know who the KKK are. She was fine. They're only president of the United States. Who needs to know what Britain First is? He probably thought Britain First is like the Trump branch of the Make America First
Make America Great
fraternity or something.
They're both right wing, so it's probably not. I bet you wouldn't be wrong, but you know. Yeah, well.
He's an absolute. It's just that. So that was a big one because Farage was on TV defending him as well. In case you haven't guessed, we're probably not going to be huge fans of Trump. But Farage was on TV defending him and was like, "Oh yeah, no, he doesn't know what he's doing," and it was just like, he was just sitting.
It's a man who's not even a member of Parliament.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
He's just nothing.
Well, speaking of Farage, you see that he refused to say that he would give up his EU pension. Something about he'd earn around £76,000 a year in a pension as an MEP for his pension. And they said, surely on principle, if you hate the EU that much,
you won't take.
You shouldn't take it. And he went, oh, why should my family suffer? It's like, do you see the inflation? Like, just the hypocrisy was just like unreal. Your head is in your hands, Matt. I'm glad to see that your weekend away meant that you missed all of the crucial news, so I can dump it all on you in one go.
I had the Korean discussion because that was forefront. No, I thought back to the Korean stuff. Very like old school spy stuff. Like he's like a Bond villain, Kim Jong. Like the Korean.
He actually is. Like you'd expect him to have a cat and be like, oh, Mr. Bond.
And speaking of Bond villains.
That was such a clunky. We could have so made that a smoother transition. That was awful. We definitely could have teased another 3 minutes of convo out of that before we moved to Bond villains. But fine, we're here now. Take us where you will, Des.
Right. So this week we've been watching the Daniel Craig Bond back to back because we stumbled across Quantum of Solace on ITV 2+1, and then we went on from there. We've watched Casino Royale, Spectre, and Quantum of Solace.
Yeah.
Not Skyfall yet.
Miss Skyfall.
I remember that well enough, I think. Because it's so... The plot's just a lot more convoluted, so it's in my head a bit more, because it took more understanding. It wasn't just Bond doing a mission.
Yeah.
As it normally is.
No, yeah, I do find that the Craig films, the plots get a little bit... I don't know if it's because they tried to introduce overarching storylines in the Craig films, like more than they did in the other Bond films. I don't know if that's confirmation bias or if it's just... Like, I feel like there's consistency in villains in the other Bond films sometimes, like Blofeld.
Yeah, but that's just the sequel. Like, this one, they're taking stuff from 4 films ago.
Yeah, exactly. It's really... Unless you've watched them all, and you're really, like... I watch a lot of Bond films, and you just kind of... You tune out and watch the cool stunts and stuff. Like, you don't fully register the character names and who they're associating with and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like... I did find it was a bit... I'm not a huge fan of the Craig films. And I think one of the reasons that I wasn't a fan of them so much was because I felt like you can say, oh, I want to watch a Bond film and watch one of the random Craig
Casino
ones.
Royale.
Apart from Casino Royale, but you can't watch any of the other ones.
No,
and just jump in and understand fully everything that's going on. Whereas you can just jump in and watch like Moonraker or Thunderball or something. It's a standalone film with its own plot that is sort of like sorted in the film, and there's no callbacks other than ones that don't matter to the plot.
They're just like a joke.
Yeah, exactly, like a joke or a character.
Point. Yeah, no, I get that. No, that's what I liked. I think that's why Kingsman was so popular, because it was just a Bond romp. It was just a fun like Bond film that didn't take itself too seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
But another thing I thought, like the reason behind this whole interwebs Bond plot, I think it's because Bond follows trends. So you look at Daniel Craig, they changed him because Jason Bourne was so successful. Yeah. So he's there as like this thug rather than the suave kind of Bond. And then they brought in this kind of interconnected universe because like the popularity of the Marvel films. Yeah. So it's kind of in, and all the superhero stuff going on, it's kind of the thing to have a universe that has callbacks, characters that overlap movies and stuff. I wonder if it was also they feeling like a more direct competition to the Bourne trilogy. Yeah, definitely. Or the Bourne films, because there's more of them now.
So I wonder, like, because the Craig films we were saying, they've definitely got a more gritty,
and brutal,
realistic, brutal feel to them than the like the old school Bonds. And I wonder if that's also the Bourne films did so well. They took some of the elements from the Bourne film that people liked about them, that set it apart from Bond. Like I was saying, that there's less like extravagant gadgets. Yeah. There's less kind of like. Just I know it's probably more where they move with the times here, but there's less like pretty girls that turn up and do nothing but scream and sleep with Bond, which is a good thing. There's actual female characters that develop, but like I think they're taking that from the Bourne films, and they're maybe taking the character arcs or the idea of it's not just one standalone film, that there's multiple characters that move through all the films. I think they're taking that as well from the Bourne films, maybe because I don't know, did they think that the Bond formula wasn't work?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe at that point, 2000 late noughties. Yeah, maybe it wasn't. Maybe if you've got Jason Bourne, why would you watch another Bond film that you can watch on?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I really love the Bourne films.
Yeah.
But I love them because they're different from Bond films.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's, like when I grew up on the Bond films, they were silly.
Yeah.
Almost, they were ridiculous gadgets. They weren't not impossible, but they weren't like. They were still. You were like, whoa, that's insane! Like the car goes underwater or something. You're just like, you weren't like, oh yeah, no, that's completely impossible. But you're like, that's pretty far fetched. But at the same time, it was good fun
as well.
And
have you seen the classic Bond where he drives on the rickety bridge? And the car, that's real. Yeah, they really did that. Yeah. So he's kind of still got the realism there that you don't have to suspend your disbelief that much.
And I think that's and the witty one-liners and just quips and stuff. Like it's
and drinking a martini, just being like
and it's sort of they threw some of that in, but it didn't feel as genuine in the Bond films. It felt alright in Spectre. I know what you mean. Craig would not drink a vodka martini.
No, because he's an
he doesn't look like he drank a vodka martini, does he?
Shredded.
Yeah.
He would be. I think as well, like. All your points are right, but I genuinely think people go back because Casino Royale was that good. It was an anomaly.
Yeah, to be fair,
it's everything.
Such a good film.
I
think that was really good because they took it in that direction, but they didn't go the whole way.
No.
So it was definitely a more modern, serious feeling Bond, but it wasn't like a ruin. Like it wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't. It didn't go the full way.
He still had the villain with the sheep's got a bleeding eye, so we still got that weird kind of Bond villain trope. There's still henchmen. There's still a Bond girl who's very good.
Well, if you think about it as well, if you think about the colours of all the films, Casino Royale is definitely the brightest colours.
Yeah, because I'm thinking.
You're thinking back to it now. I'm thinking it as well.
Scene and
just all of it. It's so much more of a brighter film, which. I'm thinking of the other Bond films before they could colour scale.
Think about Quantum as well.
Yeah, Quantum's really dark. Spectre.
Yeah, that was.
That's really. They're all very they've been greyed down. The colours and the tones have been sucked out of those films.
Yeah, but Skyfall's lighter. I think. In my head is.
Yeah, I can't remember Skyfall.
He goes. Those Quantum and Spectre are both quite dark.
Very
dark. I definitely agree with that.
So I think, but that's what they did for the Bourne films as well. The Bourne films are all very subdued colours as well.
Yeah.
Because it's serious, and that's the colour scheme they've gone with.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm thinking back to my favourite Thunderball and Goldeneye. Those ones, they're really. That was before they could really colour scheme films anyway.
Yeah.
But they're all filmed in bright. Exotic locations where it's always sunny and the beaches are really yellow. So I think they did that with Casino Royale,
and they mixed
which meant that it still had the feeling and the whimsy of Bond, but it was just a more serious kind of twist to it.
And just the fight scenes are more. So it just has a more. Daniel Craig he's just a more serious guy.
That beginning fight scene in Casino Royale in the bathroom.
That's brutal.
I think they did a really good thing with that because they kind of they said this is what it is.
Yeah.
This is what it's going to be. They said this is going to be a more violent, more brutal version of Bond. And they set the tone of it at the beginning. And whether or not we agree with how the tone went after that, at least they did a thing where you walked into that and you watched the first 5 minutes. You went, this is very different to the other Bond films that I know.
Yeah, but I think they went too far. Yeah, you're right. They went too far that way.
Yeah.
But I think Craig should finish now because he's still got one left.
He looks. We were saying when we were watching Spectre.
Older.
Yeah.
He looks weathered. I think
That's it.
Really,
he looks weathered. I don't know if they do that to him as well. Is it actually?
Well, 2007's Casino Royale.
Jesus.
So you think about all the press that he does. He's Bond like all the time. It's like being in Star Wars.
Yeah.
You'll never escape.
I think they probably weather him in the films, as in they give him that look because he is supposed to be getting older, and they definitely play on that sometimes.
Yeah.
But he does look. I mean, he's not older than most of the Bonds.
No.
Like, how old was Sean Connery?
Yeah, Connery must have been the older one.
But Connery didn't. I don't know if it's because also we're used to seeing Craig do more of the high action stuff, whereas Connery doesn't really do that.
he just drinks
sneaks around and jumps between a couple of rooftops. But then he'll just like one punch.
You don't believe it though, yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
whereas like Craig's like just doing full on like foot chases for 10 minutes, like Taken style across rooftops in Tunisia and stuff. Yeah. It's just they're very different.
Yeah, and like the parkour stuff he does. Like,
yeah.
It's just, he's just a battering ram in some way.
Yeah, and I think they've got. He's definitely got to be done now.
I think they've got to get the balance between that and then the campy stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
because like
that's just the Bond. Like I love Bond for the whimsy, campiness sort of thing.
Nowadays you've got so many actors who are in such good shape. It's quite easy to have someone who can do both. Like Hemsworth, massive bloke, great comic timing.
Yeah.
So you believe that he can fight all these people, but then he can deliver that one line.
Yeah.
It's believable that he would attract women on the side.
But then at the same time, from like a realistic point of view, you wouldn't want someone like Hemsworth to be a spy because they'd stand out in the middle of the room. And the thing is like Connery, Moore, Roger Daltrey, like they all were good-looking guys, but they weren't. You didn't look at them and go like, "Oh my God, that's an Adonis of a man," or we don't now.
Well, isn't Roger Daltrey in the Who?
Which is that there's definitely a Dalton.
Oh no.
Timothy
Dalton, no.
Timothy Dalton.
Do you see Roger Daltrey?
Oh! Can we edit that out, please? No, can we? No, we're going to keep that in. Yeah. No, I just got the Who and... Okay.
Roger Moore and Timothy Dalton, and you thought,
Roger Moore and Timothy Dalton. Roger Daltrey. In my defence...
Big bloke.
Doctor No.
Yeah,
Doctor Who, The Who, Roger Daltrey.
Yeah,
there you go. That's my train of thought. Let's go with that.
Right, no, that's fine. That's a good tangent. And I thought it clocked in. I thought I could sound really stupid here, or he could, and it's not going to reflect well on either of them doing the same podcast.
50-50 that I'm going to make Ben look like the stupid one. So,
so yeah, do you have any ideas? Do you have any ideas for Bond? Tom Hardy's the favourite, but I think we both agreed that he's too like Craig. And he's good at other things.
Yeah, he is. No,
he's a good babe.
He's smashing it in Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, and Mad Max. Like, he's done so...
And apparently he quite likes independent films. Like, he does the big ones, but he quite likes doing ones like Legend, and there was some other one that I was reading. And so he quite likes them because he gets a little bit more like creative freedom.
Yeah.
Like he would have to do Bond. He could do Bond his way a little bit, but I think he'd have to do Bond. And there's maybe he might not want to do it.
But he's already done. He's done Bane. He's the Venom.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
he did Mad Max.
Right. So he's in enough.
Yeah,
he's got his fingers in enough pies.
Yeah.
I feel.
I mean, I'm always gonna back Idris Elba.
Yeah,
my man.
Yeah,
he's just.
But is he too old at this stage to come in and start as a new Bond and do 3 films of high octane action?
Who was the one that did only one film? Was that Timothy Dalton?
Maybe.
Who only did one film?
Just in the middle, yeah. I don't know, but would you want to start a trend of having one Bond on film?
Yeah, you wouldn't. You would want 3 or so films. But then could they make them on a smaller time scale?
Yeah.
You know,
just knock one out.
Yeah, how many films has Craig put out? 4?
In 10 years.
In 10
years. 2.5 years of film, though, that's not bad.
That's not... I mean, Star Wars, they manage it once every 2 years.
Yeah. True.
With the same cast.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, and then once every year with different casts and stuff. Yeah, that's true. Does Bond have a limited budget?
No, that's what I mean. Same budget. But where's my photo? Yeah, I had I don't know. I thought Orlando Bloom at the time because I've not heard anyone say it, but there's a reason why no one said it, and he's too weedy.
Yeah, he's too soft and pretty. He doesn't have the.
Yeah, because they can't be too. Cause like, I don't know. If Liam Neeson was 20 years younger, maybe.
Yeah, Liam Neeson 20 years ago was still in the Phantom Menace. Yeah.
Oh my god,
No,
Phantom Menace is nearly 20 years ago, 98.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah, if Liam Neeson 20 years ago.
Oh, McGregor would be such a good. I think.
Oh
McGregor
yeah,
would
McGregor smashed it. Actually, that's a good point.
Because he's just like.
I love McGregor.
Because he's not a dream hunk, but he's strong. He's brawny.
Yeah, he's good looking.
I want him to represent.
Especially like Attack of the Clones era.
Yeah, mate. Oh no, not with that mullet.
No, obviously.
But like, I'm trying to think what Moulin Rouge era. When's that?
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
Maybe the
Island.
Island. Do you see the Island? Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Maybe that kind of because he might be a bit there now. Also, if they ever recast Q, I like the Paddington guy, but I want Richard Ayoade as Q.
Yeah, for sure. He'd be incredible.
To bring in some brand new gadgets, what would be better than to have the Gadget Man himself?
Yeah.
Yeah, Prime McGregor would be a very good Bond.
Yeah.
Would
I
you?
don't know. I love the idea of it being Idris Elba because I feel like Elba's such a good actor. I mean, like he's local to me, so he's not posh. He's not like Tom Hiddleston posh.
Yeah, Tom Hiddleston's too posh, I think.
Well,
too slimy.
He's uneducated.
Yeah, but too. I think
Bond.
He didn't really.
I feel like Hiddleston could be a textbut spy because he's slimy, but he's good looking and he's charming. He's posh.
He's quite strong.
Like he's got the technique. Like actually, as a human being, he's got the background that would put him as Bond.
Yeah.
Like where did Hiddleston go to school? It was definitely like Harrow or something.
But I always felt like Bond was at Eton because of his money, not because of his class.
Well, didn't his parents die?
His parents died, didn't they? So he would have inherited.
He somehow inherited it and got there. Yeah. So
I've read the young Bond novels actually.
I've
They're
read
quite
one
good.
or two.
Yeah.
They're not.
And they were. I remember that.
Oh, you went to Eton.
When I was there you go. Like when I was 15, I enjoyed them. So.
Yeah. No, I back Elba though because I think like he could pull
over
off the
Hardy,
educated.
definitely.
Yeah, he could pull off the educated. Also, I think like it'd be so cool to have a black Bond.
Yeah.
But he's still a charming guy. He's good looking. He's old though.
Yeah, it's no.
That's what he said.
Yeah, that's the only drawback I have with it because he can do the suave thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, it would be because like it's good that they're recasting like these established characters, but you can't do it too much because then like the Woman Doctor, they've established that Time Lords can become women.
Yeah.
So it's perfectly reasonable they put a Woman Doctor in. It's
exactly.
fine. That works. It'd be weird to have a woman Bond, but there's no reason why you can't have a black Bond.
Yeah. That's the thing is I don't think you couldn't have a woman Bond.
No.
Because it's such a gendered role.
I had this conversation with someone. It's like you can't go too far with recasting these established characters because it's just leave it. You don't have to prove it. Make new characters. Make new female empowered characters. You've got the Hunger Games.
The thing is also because
you've
Bond
got Rey,
is based off because Bond is based off pre-written books. Yeah. It is a heavily gendered role. There is no way you can get around that.
No.
Like there's just no way I don't think.
I think that's fine.
They made Emma female.
Yeah, that was great. Dench is quality. I want her back.
Dench is great.
Reboot it. Put her back in.
Yeah.
She didn't
just
die.
re-edit all the films with Judi Dench as M. It's just put that high quality Judi Dench in like the first film Doctor No, just from like the 60s. I think that one's still in black and white as well. Yeah, Judi Dench in full HD colour in the middle. But like, I think Bond is just it's too much of a masculine stereotype.
Yeah. You
just can't. I don't think you can do it.
And I just
But then like I think a black Bond is fine, especially if you're like they've rebooted the ones they've rebooted. They firmly sort of put in the 21st century at this point. So there's no reason why you can't have a kid that's gone from Eton who's black.
Yeah, no, I genuinely agree with that. But on the flip side, you've said they've rebooted it in the 21st century. What if they do a period Bond? What if they take Bond back to the 60s? Not in an Austin Powers kind of way, but like, so they reboot it and it's a Cold War film, but you've got a classic James Bond. So they go back to wacky gadgets. Like, it'd be weird, but maybe...
Well, cause, I don't know, because that's my favourite Bonds. That's why I love the Bonds, right? If they did that, could they? I don't know if they could. But the thing is they could do it, but they would have to make absolutely no mention of it. They just have to play Bond as if he was a white character.
Yeah.
Like, and just make.
They'd probably make sly jokes, I reckon.
Maybe they
I
would.
think.
Or
Depends
you
who
could
the
get the
writer
villain
is.
to make sly racial jokes or something. But I feel like in the '60s you just wouldn't get that.
No.
It just wouldn't.
Maybe that. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's true. No, definitely. I've thought of that, but maybe that could be.
It'd be an interesting idea to see if they could do that.
Yeah, just because.
Yeah, I mean, but I just want to see it just elbow him more.
Yeah.
Just that man can do no wrong, in my opinion. You know, he DJs on the side as well.
Yeah, no, I've been to his set. He played Wine Art Festival this year.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He's
Before
really
he
good.
got rained off.
He raps, yeah, and yeah, he got rained.
Yeah, before he got rained off. Oh, yeah, I think there's a clip of him on SoundCloud rapping a verse on on like Shutdown by Skepta or something.
Yeah, no, he's good. Yeah, I like him. He's an all rounder. I hope he gets a shot.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, North South Battles returns because I had an idea
Fan
of
favourite.
of something we could return with, and it was brought about when I was having my fish and chips. What do you have in your chips, Ben?
Well, I mean, standard is salt and vinegar.
Yeah. So if you go to a chip shop,
Yeah.
you just have salt and vinegar.
Probably, yeah. Unless I'm specifically craving gravy.
So you have gravy.
Sometimes.
This is the
very
turn-
rarely.
This is the turn up for the book.
It's sometimes it's more festival.
I was waiting for curry
It's
sauce.
more
to be honest,
festival
Ben,
thing.
because you're a
I'm not a
son.
fan of curry chips.
No,
I have them sometimes, but they're a festival thing to me as well. They're not something I get regularly. But then, to be fair, I had some of your leftover gravy on my chips this evening.
It's the best.
Oh no, I'm a big fan.
Best thing.
I'm a big fan of them. It just doesn't occur to me.
I still like having mushy peas as well, so it feels like
No,
a veg.
fucking hate mushy peas.
Why?
Absolutely despise the thing.
What's your problem
Don't know,
with it?
grim. They're green, probably. That's why.
I reckon give it a try.
Don't like
Good
green
mushy good chips and a good mushy pea.
We'll go Grimsby's.
Oh, yeah, if anyone's going to change it, it's Grimsby. Honestly, I think that, and so if you have gravy in the peas, I don't know what it is. I'd never tried it until recently, and I started to like peas again. I realised this at uni. And
You've grown up at uni,
just-
starting with peas.
it's just, yeah, I had mushy peas, and I was like, oh, this is a delight. Not a delight, in a greasy way.
That's
But
describing mushy peas delightful.
I'm going to call that a victory for North, to be honest. It was a
Well-
stalemate last week, but you voted gravy.
No, yeah, fair point.
I mean, neither of us are really
But
from
then, I
North.
think the thing is you got to think is like gravy doesn't really occur to me because I think it is a northern thing.
Yeah.
Like it's something I know exists and it's a festival thing. Like it's a one-off, but it's not.
Do they even sell gravy in London chip shops?
No.
Really? I was joking.
No.
They actually not do
Nah. Not the ones that I can think of. No. Like if I go down the
Disgraceful.
chippy for like fish and chips,
That's
there is
actually
not even an
disgraceful.
option of
So
chips with gravy.
so
I
you-
don't think.
So you've been indoctrinated from birth that you just can't have gravy on
Gravy on
chips.
chips is for
By
council houses.
way.
Yeah, sure.
You still like it more, right? I'm going to put it down as a win. North's winning.
Yeah,
in this,
fair
in this
enough.
battle.
Curry chips they're all right, but not a huge
Yeah.
fan.
No. What else is
Just,
there?
yeah.
Yeah, I've sauce.
Yeah, cheesy chips.
Sauces, well,
I
they're
feel like cheesy chips are overrated. Like everyone
Yeah.
bigs them up and then you
But
have
it's
them. You're
just
just
like,
like,
cheese bacon fries from Frankie Bear. When it's a cheese sauce and bacon, it's a nice
that's a different
sauce.
game.
That's
It's
different gravy.
That's a whole
yeah.
different packet
Yeah,
business
yeah,
there.
exactly.
Yeah.
Really humble.
Call that a win for the north.
Yeah,
North there,
no,
if you want.
I will. You know what?
Apparently the house were when they were listening to the podcast, they've all been rooting for different sides of the north south divide.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a nice little mix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean most of them go for the south because you do live in their house with a bunch of southerners
Yeah. Believe
and then
it.
two filthy foreigners. That's it. You've got all southerners and then two foreigners.
And then two from the Midlands. Me and Joe.
Yeah, well Sexton. Yeah, but Sexton's posh Midlands.
Yeah.
Bet
On the
Sexton-
rough Midlands.
Yeah, Sexton, write in and tell us dinner or tea.
Yeah, we need to settle last week's, but for now, the north stays ahead. I had another idea for this week for a podcast. It's so we have a basement in our house.
A fairly large basement.
Yeah, it's like a room size. It's
Yeah.
got a bar in it, and I thought we could just put people in it. And so take two random celebrities, characters, whatever.
I was going to say stress on the fictitious celebrities.
Yeah.
Not that we're not actually going to put real people down there and fight.
No. It's hypothetical. But who would win the fight? So, I had the idea that because this was about a week or two ago, I wanted to see Mugabe versus Trump. Maybe Mugabe with a bit young, bit less Asian,
Yeah, not an 80 one.
Yeah, maybe
Well, I mean,
like...
Trump's only 71, so 71 Mugabe versus 71 Trump.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. So, right, we've got the conditions. So they're locked in the basement, and It's a fight to the death.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Well.
Or is it who stays in there long? I don't know. Who can eat the one out?
No, first one to tap out, I reckon.
'Cause
So
if-
I reckon Trump would fight like a little bitch, and just like go straight for the eyes and the balls, and then if that doesn't work, and Mugabe takes him down, I reckon he'd tap out in seconds.
Yeah, he seems like a quitter.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though
doesn't go his way, he's out for the count.
Yeah, he'd kick off. He would
Yeah.
not be happy about that. No, I agree with that. But if they didn't fight, I just think, in true Mugabe style, I just think he wouldn't leave.
He'd just sit there.
He'd be there the longest, so by default he would win because Trump would just get
He'd probably
bored.
just lecture Trump as well. Trump would go on a rant, but Mugabe would structure it very well.
Yeah, I think Trump.
The man was an orator. Mugabe could talk.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's
Yeah.
how he stayed in office for so long.
Yeah, but I reckon Mugabe knows how to fight as well. He
Yeah.
must, right? He was involved in some way in the Zimbabwean independence movement. That was a pretty nasty war.
Yeah, and Trump is
Yeah.
a little bitch.
Yeah, exactly. And Trump's like, did you read that article, speaking of Trump? Did you read the thing written by one of his press secretaries or something, a former press secretary, just released a book about what it was like to be on the campaign trail with him? He's talking about his diet.
Was he?
Mackey's, KFC.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
The
it.
capitalist goal.
Yeah, exactly. Refuses to eat from open packets, so they had to permanently stop, like the private jet he used to fly around in on the campaign
Yeah.
trail. You just had to stop it with hundreds of packets of Oreos because he wouldn't eat from an opened packet. So he'd open one of those big fuck off packets,
Really?
eat a few, and if he didn't eat them all in one go, he wouldn't eat any more. Wouldn't eat from an open packet.
You get mini packets of Oreos. That's just
Yeah,
counterproductive.
It's America, isn't it? So do you think you can get mini packets of Oreos in America?
Unless you buy them in a massive box,
Yeah.
like mini packets for lunch boxes.
Yeah.
For the
fair.
children. Yeah.
Then the other one was it was like he 2 Big Macs, 2 fillet of fish.
Who
And,
has a fillet of fish?
No, I have no idea. And then a chocolate milkshake. That was his standard dinner order. Actually, man. Yeah. Speaking of who has a fillet of fish, I saw a thing that McDonald's tweeted about what's your birth food? As in, if you're born in this month, this is
Yeah.
your natural food. February, fillet of fish. Bullshit. Never had one. Never want to go anywhere near one. Thank you very much.
I bet May was a McFlurry.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
No, that's fair. You should keep away from those. They're probably like you can't really go as wrong with fish. So I feel like that's probably one of the more healthy things.
Part of me is intrigued by them. Maybe we should get one next time.
Maybe it's just like a big fish finger.
Just to halve it and see what it's like.
I'm gonna waste my money. We'll wait till we get
Are
one of
they
those
like 99p
vouchers.
though?
No, they're fully. They're like £quarter price. We should wait till you get one of those vouchers where you get that and chips for £2. Do that. Yeah. You get them on the back of bus tickets normally.
Oh yeah, because I buy so many of those bus tickets. Oyster card. What? North-South divide coming up again.
Right.
How do you pay for your bus travel? Oh yeah, random change.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I'm not over
Pocket
60.
shrapnel.
Oh, don't stress me. Right. I think we're going to end it there because we said everything we wanted to say.
Yeah, what
Quite
time
a
are we at?
productive discussion.
Shout out to Keith as well if you've managed to listen to the first one so far.
My man.
Yeah, oh boy Keith.
Yeah, Henry Tate, if you made it this far, you always know where we are. Corbs, shout out. Tash, hope you give us a good review. There's some shout outs. Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be more consistent in the uploading as this goes on as well.
Well, we are leaving each other for Christmas, so hopefully we get
can
through
get another
that.
one in
We want to
between
get a
now,
Star
I
Wars
think.
one out
Yeah,
because that's a big talk.
we're going to go see Star
And we
Wars
can
next week.
get some views because people search Star Wars.
This is true, and everyone knows that we're the
we are the go-to.
We're the I don't even know what we are. Centre.
Let's leave it there. Email in if you know what we are. weststreetpod@gmail.com.
Such a little.
I've been Matt Taylor.
I've been Ben McMullen.
Watch the space.